Now, first of all, you have to understand the symbols. What are these symbols? This symbol is called greater than. Okay. This symbol is called less than. This symbol is called greater than or equal to. This symbol is called less than or equal to. Okay. So for greater than, suppose I say 5 is greater than 3, or I can say half is greater than 1/3. Okay. Next is less than. You say 3 is less than 5, or you say 1/3 is less than half. For greater than or equal to, we can say 3, or we can say 5 is equal to 3, 5 is equal to 5, and 5 is greater than 3. So combining these two, you get greater than or equal to. Okay. We'll see what greater than or equal to is in detail. Less than or equal to, again, say we say 5 is equal to 5 and 3 is less than 5. So combining these two signs, you get less than or equal to. Combining these two, you get greater than or equal to. Okay. Now, we come to the definition of linear inequalities. Definition of linear inequalities is any mathematical expression that contains any of the symbols greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to is called an inequality. And why linear inequality? Why linear inequality? We'll see. I'll show you why when I'll be giving you examples. I'll show you why they are called linear. So let us see examples of inequalities. See, is this is called an inequality because we have this symbol here in this expression. Okay, correspondingly, if you recall, if we write 2x plus 1 is equal to 3, then this is called an equality or an equation. This is called equality or equation. Similarly, if the same expression, instead of containing an equal to sign, if it contains this sign, that is less than sign, then we call this an inequality, also called an inequation. Now the question is, why is the word linear there? The word linear is there because the power of x is 1. If you see, in this inequality, the power of x here is 1. So therefore, the term linear. If the power of x is more than 1, then you cannot call it linear. Another example can be x less than half. This is also an inequality. Or 5x minus 2 greater than or equal to 1/3. Another example of an inequality. Or x greater than 1. This is also another example of an inequality. If you see all these expressions, they either contain less than, greater than, less than or equal to. Yes? Any question? Okay.
No, sir.
So you have this is also an inequality. Okay, all these four are inequalities. Okay. Now we come to the definition of, if you see before coming to the next topic, if you see the powers of all x's here are 1. Okay, all the powers of x's here are 1. So therefore each is linear. This is a linear inequality. This is also a linear inequality. This is also a linear inequality. This is also a linear inequality. Now what is the non-linear inequality? Say x square less than or equal to 4. This is not a linear inequality. This is not a linear inequality because you see the power of x here is 2. In fact, it is called a quadratic inequality, which you don't have for the time being. Okay, so that's the definition. Now we come to the definition of the replacement set. Okay, the replacement set of an inequality. Replacement set means the set of the set of possible values of the variable. The set of possible values of the variable. The set of let's say set of all possible values of the variable is called a replacement set. The set of all possible values of a variable is called a replacement set. Now, example. Suppose if I give you this kind of inequality, 2x minus 1 less than half. And after that, after giving a comma, I say x belongs to n. What is n? If you remember sets, I told you n is a set of natural numbers, right? If I write this way, if I write n this way, it means the set of natural numbers. It is an infinite set. Okay. So 2x minus 1 less than half, x belongs to n. Here, n is called the replacement set. Here, the set n, the set of natural numbers, is called a replacement set of the inequality. Okay. So, but what does it mean? It means that this inequality here, this inequality is such that x here, this variable, can only be a natural number. Okay. X belongs to n means x here, this variable can only be a natural number. It cannot be, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. but it cannot be -1, -2. It cannot be half. It cannot be 1/3. Clear? So that is what replacement set means. Let us take another example of a replacement set. Let's say I say x less than 9, where x belongs to R. So here the replacement set is, here the set R, the set of real numbers, is a replacement set. Okay. Now, two examples. I think the other sets can be, let us take another example. Let us say x minus 1 less than 13. This is an equality. And I tell you x belongs to z. What is z? Z is the set of integers. So the set z, the set of integers, is a replacement set. Okay. So here in this inequality, what can z can be what? Z can only be an integer. Okay. Similarly here, z can only be a real number. Okay. Now let us take an example to illustrate what the importance of before going to the illustration. Let us see understand what a solution set is. Solution set, and then I'll give you an example. Solution set. The set of all possible values, the set of all values of x satisfying the inequality is called a solution set. Okay. The set of all values of x which satisfy the inequality. But suppose if I give you a linear equation like this, 2x minus 1 is equal to 5. You can solve this linear equation. You get 2x is equal to 5 plus 1. You get 2x is equal to 6. You get x is equal to 6 by 2, which is 3. You can solve this linear equation. But what you are getting here, x is equal to 3. This value, you satisfy this equation, right? X is equal to 3 satisfies 2x minus 1 is equal to 5, right? That is, x is equal to 3 is a solution of the equation 2x minus 1 is equal to 5, right? But in case of an inequality, we not, if you see here, we are getting x is equal to 3, we are getting only one solution of the equality. So here x is equal to 3 is the only solution of the equation. Two x minus 1 is equal to 5. But an inequality can have more than one solution. Remember this. But an inequality can have more than one solution. Sometimes infinite also. If you take the set of all the solutions of the inequality is called a solution set. The set of all the solutions of the inequality is called a solution set. Okay, so not only one solution, but you can have multiple solutions. And if you form a set of all these solutions, that set is called a solution set of the inequality. So the biggest difference here is that for an equality here, you have only one solution, single solution. But for an inequality, there can be many solutions. How to get to a solution? There are certain rules. Just as in case of linear equations, I sent you a sent you a table of rules. Similarly, to solve an inequality, you also have certain rules which you must follow. But before that, let us now see the difference between replacement set and solution set. Consider this inequality. Consider the inequality x less than 4. Okay. Now I give you the replacement set for this inequality. Okay. And you need to find out the solution set. Suppose I give you the replacement set as first the set of natural numbers. Then I give you the replacement set as the set of integers. Okay. And then I give you the replacement set as um, this set I give you as a replacement set of this. Then, depending on the replacement set, the solution will change of this inequality. So we have the inequality as x less than 4. Consider if the what if the what replacement set is the set of natural numbers. So tell me if here x is a natural number, what natural numbers are less than 4?
0, 1, 2, 3.
Why 0? 0 is not a natural number.
Sir, 1, 2, 3.
Only 1, 2, and 3 are less than 4. So therefore, if you put x is equal to 1, 2, 3, this inequality will get satisfied. So therefore, 1, 2, 3 will be the solution set of this inequality. Consider if I give you the replacement set as the set of integers, then what will be my solution set?
3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2,
Why?
-3.
You will start from minus infinity, that is all the negative integers, till you come to minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. This is the solution set.
Mm.
So all the negative integers will satisfy. These dotted lines indicate your all the negative integers, and then minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next, what if the replacement set is given as this set? Then what should be the
3.
solution set? The only solution set will be 3, because among all these numbers that you see in this set, x can take only these values. If x can take only these values in this inequality, that is, it can take 3, 4, 5, and so on only till 10. So if you now start comparing, if you put x is equal to 3, yes, 3 is less than 4. So therefore, it will be a solution. What about 4? 4 is not less than 4. So therefore, it cannot be. Similarly, 5 is not less than 4. Therefore, it cannot be a solution. Okay, so the only solution of this is 3. So what you see here is you are getting a single solution of the inequality. You can have a single solution, but most of the time, 99% of the times, when you will come across sums, an inequality will have more than one solution. Okay, now I give you another example. Consider this inequality. X is less than 13, less than or equal to 13 by 2. Replacement set and solution set. So depending on the replacement set, you will get a solution set. First set I give you n, next set I give you z, and the third set I give you as This. So consider the first one. Now x less than 13 by 2 is your inequality. That means x is x is less than or equal to 6.5 or 6.5. Okay. So consider if n is your replacement set. What natural numbers, if x is a natural number here, what natural numbers are less than 6.5? The natural numbers that are less than 6.5 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right? Similarly, consider the
Yes,
next
sir.
one. If the replacement set is the set of integers, then what will happen? This is integers. If x is an integer, then what will happen? What will be the solution set? We'll have all the negative numbers till we come to -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because I have an equality here, I'll have 6 also. Okay. This sign here, it means less than or equal. That means x can be equal to 6.5. Okay. Similarly here, now if the replacement set is a set of is this set, then what will be my solution set?
1, 2, 3,
So
4,
1, 2,
5,
3, 4, 5,
6.
6.
Till 6. Okay. So this is what you must understand in inequalities. Okay. So replace that is the solution set will always depend on the replacement set that is given to you. Okay. Now bearing these in mind, we'll now define some rules of solving inequality. Rules for solving inequality. Okay. The first rule here is rule number 1. Any number that is either positive or negative can be added or subtracted to both sides of the inequality. So what does this mean? Example. Suppose if I have x minus 1 less than 4. Okay. Now what I need is I need x only on the right hand. What I do is I can add 1 to both sides. So x minus 1 plus 1 is less than 4 plus 1. That is, you can add any number to both sides. Okay. So that you will get here. Now see x minus 1 plus 1. This minus 1 plus 1 here will cancel. You simply get x less than 5. Okay. Similarly, you have x minus 1 less than 4. You can also subtract two numbers from both sides. That is x minus 1. See, let us say I want to subtract 3 from both sides. So x minus 1 minus 3 is less than 4 minus 3. That means x minus 4 is less than 1. Clear? So we can add or subtract any number from both sides of the inequality, but it has to be done from both sides. So this rule is very similar to your equation. Next rule, number 2, is that if the right hand side and the left hand side of the inequality are interchanged, of an inequality are interchanged, then the inequality sign is reversed. Then the inequality sign is reversed. Okay. So what does this mean? Suppose I have x less than or equal to 4. You see that x is there on the left hand side and 4 is there on the right hand side. If I want to interchange the two, that is, I want RHS to come on the LHS and LHS to come on the RHS. That means I want 4 here and I want x here. So what will be a sign in between? See that I have a less than or equal to sign. I will change this to greater than or equal to. Okay. So this is the second rule. The third rule is if the reciprocal of LHS and RHS are taken, then the inequality sign is reversed. Okay. That is, example, if I have, say, x is less than 1 by 4. Now in this, I want to take, say, x as I want to take, say, x as 1 by x. And in this, I want to take 1/4 as 1 by 1 by 4. That is, I'm taking the reciprocal on both sides, right? I'm taking the reciprocal on both sides. For x, I am writing 1 by x. For 1 by 4, I am writing 1 by 1 by 4. Then here, this sign here is less than, here it will change to greater than. Okay. So whenever you are taking reciprocal, you must always reverse the sign of the inequality. Next rule is rule number 4. Important rule. You will be using this mostly, that if an inequality,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Sir, can you please explain rule 3 once more?
let us take another example to see rule 3. Suppose if I have 1 by x is greater than 1 by 4. Suppose this. Now, in order to get x, what do? I must take reciprocal, right? 1 by 1 by x is greater than 1 by 1 by 4, isn't it? What is 1 by 1 by x? It is 1 divided by 1 by x, right? Isn't it? Now, when I'm taking this, see here, 1 by x is less than 1 by 4 was my given inequality, and the sign was greater than. What I have done is I have taken the reciprocal here. Instead of 1 by x, I have taken 1 by 1 by x. And instead of 1 by 4, I have taken 1 by 1 by 4. So here the sign of the inequality will reverse. From greater than, it will change to less than. Okay. Now we'll simplify this. 1 divided by x is less than 1 divided by 1 by 4. That means now if division changes to multiplication, so this becomes x by 1 into 4 by 1. That means x is less than 4. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us now proceed to the next rule, and a very important rule, that if an inequality is multiplied on both sides by a negative number, is multiplied or divided, not only multiplied but divided also, or divided by a negative number, then the inequality sign is reversed. Then the inequality sign is reversed. Okay. So what does this mean? This is a very important rule, because this rule will help us solve a lot of inequalities. Okay. Suppose I have minus 2x is greater than -1. Okay. Now see, in order to solve this inequality, I want to make this coefficient 1. So what I do is I will divide both sides of the inequality by -2. So I have -2x by -2. And on this side, I have -1 by -2. See that I am dividing both sides of the inequality by -2 by a negative number, right? Whenever I am dividing an inequality by a negative number, this greater than sign or whatever sign it is, it will reverse itself. That is, if there is a greater than sign here, it will change to less than here. So that in the next step, now you can write these -2 cancels, and this minus cancels. We can write x is less than half. Okay. So this is about division. If you're dividing by a negative number. What about multiplication? Let us take another example. Suppose I have uh, x by, or let's say minus x by 2 is less than minus half. Okay. Now see here, on both sides I have less than a negative sign. I want to make both the sides positive, and I also want to make the coefficient of x as 1. Right? I also want to make the coefficient of x as 1. So what I'll do, I will multiply both sides by -2. I will multiply both sides by -2. Right? I'll write multiplying both sides by, and this sign will have be different. So we'll see what sign this will be. Multiplying both sides by -2. Okay. So once I multiply both sides by this -2, according to this rule, this sign here less than or equal to will change to, or less than, not equal to, it's only less than. This less than sign will change to greater than sign. So that in the next step, if you see, this minus and this minus will combine to give you a plus. This 2 and this 2 will cancel. Here this 2 and this 2 will cancel. So you simply get x greater than 1. Okay. And obviously on the right hand side, these two minus signs will also combine to give you a plus sign. So you'll get x greater than 1. Is this rule very clear?
Yes, sir.
And the final rule. Final rule, but remember, if we are multiplying by a positive number, the sign does not change. The sign of the inequality does not change when we are multiplying or dividing. When multiplying or dividing both sides of the inequality, both sides of the inequality by the same positive number. Okay. So for positive numbers, the sign does not change. But whenever you are dividing or multiplying by a negative number, then the sign changes. Okay. Last rule I will not discuss now. Last rule is also a little long, so I'll keep it for tomorrow.